Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Simone and in today's video I will be showing you guys my September 2022 bullet journal setup. I know I've been away from YouTube for quite some time, but I really appreciate you all sticking with me and being patient with me during my time away. I want to focus my content more on journaling and art, so I created this new series called BUJO with me, where I walk you through each step I take when creating my bullet journal spreads. This is a great resource if you love bullet journaling, need something beginner friendly, or just want to watch a satisfying video. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first step when it comes to setting up my monthly spread is deciding on my concept and the overall vibe I'm going for. This includes figuring out what theme I'm going for and the colors I want to work with. To start, I always head straight to Pinterest to find some inspiration, and if you're in need of some too, you can always check out my bullet journaling Pinterest board that will be linked in the description below. This month I decided to go with a fairly simplistic fall themed spread and one with a color palette that screams fall to me. These colors make me think about the leaves changing, and of course my nails had to match the palette. Now let's get into the layout. My spreads usually range from 15 to 20 pages depending on when the month starts, how much I want to add in like extra quotes, reflection pages, and brain dumps, or if I want something like my weekly spread to be 1 page or 2. These are the 3 typical layouts I use, and for this month I'll be using layout 3, which is a 20-page spread. So for this spread I'll have a quote page, a cover page, a 2-page calendar spread, a monthly overview, a habit tracker, a 2-page mood tracker, a gratitude log, a half-week spread since September starts on a Thursday, 4 2-page weekly spreads, a monthly recap, and another quote to end the month. I always map out the pages in my journal at the top corner based on the layout I choose and write what each page will be, so I'm not trying to remember things on the fly. Once everything is laid out, I can solidify my color palette. I start by testing the colors I want to use in a separate notebook and decide how many colors I want to include in the palette. I recommend using no more than 10 colors, and I don't count black and white because I use them in general. For this month I'm going with a fall theme, so I'm choosing these 4 colors, and I may use some complementary colors like different shades of these colors, browns and greens, but I won't include them in the main palette. Now I'm just going to make a little key for myself to use when I start sketching so I can remember what colors go where. You don't need any fancy pencils to start sketching. I just use a regular mechanical pencil. I also have a big eraser with me, and you can also use a ruler or stencils if you'd like. When it comes to drawing and mapping out my spacing on each page, using a grid guide is a must. Luckily this journal came with a grid guide, but in my past 2 journals I've drawn them in myself. Grid guides are super important when it comes to making even boxes, columns, and rows in your bullet journal for calendars, weekly spreads, and more. When it comes to sketching, I also keep in mind that it's totally normal to erase a lot and have to go back and change things around. Specifically when it comes to making my mood tracker for this month, I played around with a lot of different stationery items and redrew them in different sizes and in different places. Sketching is where you're meant to make mistakes, so don't be afraid to change things up and make adjustments, and again, be prepared to erase a lot and erase often. I'll mainly be using a cursive script and a thin and bold print font throughout my spread, so I'll sketch everything out while I'm writing as well. During my sketching, I also label if and where I'm adding colors to the page so I don't forget where I want things to go. Hey bestie, if you made it this far, show some love by giving this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if there's anything else you'd like to know. Now, back to the video. On to outlining. I do all my outlines in black ink, usually with a Micron pen from Prismacolor or Sakura, and sometimes a smooth gel pen. I don't outline everything all at once, depending on if colors are involved or not, then I'll go back and finish things once the color is added in. So Micron pens come in all different shapes and sizes, and the main tips I use are 01, 03, 05, 08, 10, and 12, and these are all in millimeters. These sizes represent the different line thicknesses, so 01 is the smallest and 12 is the largest, and there are also more sizes, larger and smaller, but these are my favorite ones to use. I use the thicker ones when it comes to borders, boxes, some words, and smaller ones for drawing, finer details, and some words as well, depending on the design I'm going for. All of this is up to your own interpretation and finding out what works for you and your design. Now it's time to finally color and bring this spread to life. I use a variety of markers to color all my pages, and my absolute faves are Tombow markers and Crayola Super Tips. I also love mild liners, but I didn't use any of those for this spread. And don't feel like you have to have expensive stationery or be an expert at coloring or blending or anything like that. I mess up all the time and color outside the line plenty of times, so just remember, if you make a mistake, it's okay and just keep going. This has to be my favorite part of the whole process because I basically created my own little coloring book and now I get to add the color in myself. I love seeing it all come together, and this is actually the first time I've completed a full monthly spread before the month actually started, so now I can actually enjoy the full thing. If there are any specific pages you want to see in detail, let me know in the comments below. Bullet journaling has honestly changed my life, as corny as that sounds, but I'm happy to share this with you all along with any tips and tricks I have. Alright besties, we made it to the end, so here is the final flip through for my September 2022 spread. I'm really loving the fall theme and the colors I chose for this month, and I tried something new, cutting off part of my calendar page to expose this leaf gradient I made on my habit tracker. I think it came out really cute and the colors blended really well. My mood tracker has to be my favorite spread for this month because I love stationery and I can't wait to see how it looks at the end of the month when it's all filled in. Make sure to comment down below if you'd like to see that as well. My gratitude log and weekly spreads are all layouts I've done in the past with a little twist, but I love the way they came out as well. I ended the month with a recap page and a reflection on September and also a nice little quote. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are inspired to start a bullet journal of your own. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.